Okay, so Zian dropped her crown at the crowning ceremony, and she actually lost some of her stones as well as bent some things. So I did contact National Office, and they said they do not have any more stones. um, and I was supposed to look and see if I can find the state stones to see if the state stones fit in the national crowns, which they don't. All the pearl shaped as well as the round shapes are slightly smaller than the national stones. So what I ended up doing is going through the crown and looking for all the loose prongs. You will need something flat, and I'm using this end of a tool that I had, and it's just something flat. So I suggest that everybody go through their crown and look for any prongs that are lifting up and just put a little bit of pressure. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on it to make the prongs lay down. So let me see if I can find one, because I already went through this and did this process. So right here, not sure if it's focused. So you just want to skim through and make sure none of the prongs are sticking up. If it is sticking up, just take your tool and make sure you put your finger behind it, because you don't want to put too much pressure and it pops out the other way. So I just basically, oh, I don't know if this is in focus. And I just did that. So just inspect your stones. You may want to inspect it on a regular basis just to make sure that nothing is popping out. I don't know if you caught that on film, but just go through and just look for prongs that are popping up, and just lightly take something flat, a flat tool, whatever you have that's flat, and just kind of put a little pressure on the prong, but make sure your finger is underneath it, so therefore you're counteracting that pressure and you don't bend it any further. So that's what I did. I literally took a light and I just went through sideways to see if I see any prongs that are coming up, and I replaced it. Yeah, I know. I lost a diamond that came into this one right here. So I ended up having to put a pearl that I had in my accessory kit. So yeah, everybody inspect your crown. Make sure that your prongs are laying flat on the stone. And if anything looks loose, catch it before it pops out. That's it. And also, I rub my finger through it to see if I can feel like a prong that may be sticking up. If they can be pushed down. So you can kind of feel for them. And then also, since we have so many of the smaller stones, I rub my fingers through those to see if I see any prongs sticking up. And you'll feel them. You can tell. Because when you rub your fingers through it, you can kind of feel like a scratch or the tip of the prong. So just rub your fingers through. I mean, if you don't have a light or if you can't see them, just rub your fingers through until you feel like a prong sticking up. And that kind of helps too. All right, I hope this is helpful. Again, make sure you check them. Check them, check them, check them. Because anything can make them get loose. Hair. Anything can make them get loose. And then they can just get loose with time. So just check them. All right, so I'm done checking. And it has been repaired. All my prongs are done, are sitting down like they should. All right, bye. Last tip, make sure you use lots of hairpins. Hairpins, hairpins, hairpins. We don't want that crown to tip or fall off your head.